Turkey and rice. Although at this point there's been so many different combinations of turkey and rice and beef and cheese and tuna and shrimp. Like, I don't know if they've had this before or not. Like, I'm assuming they haven't. But whatever. They're gonna like it anyway. And as usual, they like it. To be completely honest, I think from this point forward I'm not gonna film their food because they're gonna like it. In fact, I think I'm only going to film it if they don't like it. Because I thought we were going to be having like a checklist of like, oh, they like this one but not this one, and they like this one and this one but they didn't like this one. The cats like everything. Also, hello everyone and welcome to Monday. Today I'm going to bring you an interesting subject. I'm going to bring you Sagan. What a happy little cat, eating. Everybody is always seeing him eat and says, oh, Sagan is such a big cat. Sagan is fat. Well, Sagan's actually not fat. Sagan is not fat at all. Sagan is actually a pretty good, healthy size for a cat. And I'm bringing you this vlog because I want to address the pouch under his tummy that people always point to say that Sagan is, you know, a gigantic cat. Sagan, could we have you stand up for a minute? Could you just stand? I know you're eating. There we go. Everyone looks at that, and it's especially bad when you see him running through the house because it sways from side to side. And people say, man, you know, Sagan is, you know, a very fat cat. But after a cat is spayed or neutered, they actually develop that. In fact, Kep, if you could just hold on for a sec, honey. Well, you can actually see it on Kep there as well. The problem is, even though every cat develops this pouch after they're spayed or neutered, even Rocco has it, Sagan's is really big. Really big. The biggest I've ever seen. In fact, if he's not standing all the way up, it'll actually drag the ground, so it's kind of bad. And it's gotten a little better now that he's gotten older, but for a few months there, it was really, really, really bad. But people see this and they don't understand, and they think that Sagan is fat. Like maybe we're overfeeding him, or, you know, he's stealing Kep's food, which is true. But Sagan's not actually a fat cat. And I'm not bringing you this vlog because I'm upset that people think my cat is fat. Like, I really could care less. But I want to educate you about the fact that Sagan is not actually fat. They call those things primordial pouches, or sometimes they're referred to as sway, because you get spayed and then it sways from side to side. And if we take a closer look at it, we'll actually see that it's not solid. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but when you touch it, it's skin. I mean, it's pretty much just skin. There's not actually anything in there. If we take a look at this pouch, and he doesn't really like it being touched. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh. You can actually see, and you might not be able to tell very well from video, but this is not solid at all. Like, it's just a bunch of extra loose skin. So, even though he looks like he's pretty big, he's not. And it's a lot more noticeable on Sagan just for the fact that Sagan is a dark cat and that pouch is so light, so it doesn't blend in at all. Whereas on, you know, Kep, he's white and his pouch is white, so people don't tend to know this. But Sagan's not actually a fat cat. He eats right. He eats the, you know, the perfect proportions for him, and him and Kep are actually a healthy weight. In fact, when we were taking them to the vet and getting them weighed, Kep actually weighed more than Sagan at one point. I don't think it's true now, but their weights were always really close together, and I believe their weights are pretty close now. People think that Kep is so small because they see him next to Sagan, when in actuality the cats are about the same size. Fun fact, in case you didn't know, Kep is actually 2 weeks older than Sagan, so Kepler's actually the older cat. Anyway, I know this is kind of a weird vlog, but I see people continually saying it, and I'm not mad. I just want people to understand that they're wrong. Sagan's not actually fat. He just has this gigantic primordial pouch, and he really needs a kitty tummy tuck to fix that. But obviously we're not gonna do that. The only problem is that it can affect kind of like his jumping. It's not that it stops him from being able to jump high or anything, but I've seen times where he goes to like get up on stuff and like his tummy like scrapes. It's more funny than anything, but I guess it's a little sad, but you can't really help that. You know, if you get a cat spayed or neutered, which so many owners do, you just have to deal with that. And the degree that it's going to be, whether it's going to be something, you know, not very noticeable like Rocco's, or if it's going to be very noticeable like Sagan's, you have no idea until you actually do the procedure. Anyway, I hope you learned something today, because I actually only found out about this just a little bit ago, because Mal's the one that was concerned, and we looked it up, and we're like, oh, okay. But after we continued to see comments, we're like, we should probably address this so, people now have an understanding like we do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned something. And as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?